Hello everyone, this is xBIGALSKIx,
And this is GTB.
and this is Chapter 15 of my Ninja Gaiden Sigma, getting all the Master Ninjas rankings here for the normal gameplay. JTB, my good buddy, on commentary, and I've been having some problems with my Elgato capture system, and it's been a big ordeal, so needless to say, these videos haven't been coming as fast as I would like, but hey, here we go. That's all I can say.
They're here now, we're here now.
Oh
That's
yeah,
the main.
yeah, that's all that matters. Now, since you can't go back through the city like you normally could after the Great Staircase Challenge to fight some of those fights, I came back up through the monk's room, and I'm going to fight some of these fights, because I surely don't want to, have 10 or 15 minutes left in the chapter, and then, the next chapter, be struggling to make the time limit because I have all the fights to do. Now, here's something on this fight. You can get 3 UTs. I know at this point, we know you don't have to get all these UTs. These are kind of bonus points, but these are also kind of free UTs and everything like that. So there's nothing wrong with getting that. Have you, I tried doing it where, they spawn downstairs and they're to the left, or excuse me, to the right.
Yeah.
And it never worked like this does. This always seems a little bit better right here.
Yeah, I mean, they're all over you in Sigma, these guys. So they're much more like they are in NGO4. Just notice, like, how much longer your fire wheels last really does help as well. Like, that, I've not actually timed that, but I want to say it feels like it lasts at least twice as long.
Yeah, and I noticed that after these 2 fights.
Yeah.
That, I didn't need to drop a smoke bomb at all.
Yeah, I mean, they can still hit you. Like, it's worth mentioning.
Yeah.
Like, they can always still hit you in fire, even though the fire wheels in the Master Collection is like, it does a lot more damage, but it doesn't seem to actually give you any more protection, against enemies hitting you. Like, enemies can still come through it and hit you.
On this right here, so after I saved, I let them hit me to go down to low health UF. These guys are tanks.
Yep.
But you can also, if they all 3 line up, you can also kill them really fast too. So, the trick is, if you're going for score, to try to separate them out, understanding their patterns. Like here, see, I staggered him. I could have started charging instead of jumping away. And if you jump away a couple times, that kind of prevents you from getting an extra UT out of the fight. And so right now, yeah. So I think do I switch over or something? Or I think I just get the ET here, I think. Yeah, jump away, get the UT, and then forward Y with the UF, because watch how long it takes for this guy to dissolve.
Yeah, zombies take ages.
Yeah, so that one extra step that I had to do that I didn't have to do cost me 3,000 points. Now, I don't have to pick, I'm filled up on this. But what I do after this is I actually go and unlock the door, the gate at the upper end of this, and then I come back down and save, because I need a way to get back down through the city. And so don't forget to do that. But see, I think here's where I don't use the fire, or I don't use smoke bombs, now that I kind of realized.
Yeah.
And you can also just go in with the low health UF and UT them all. Same thing with the zombies upstairs.
You can use. You could even use the level 2 Warhammer.
Yeah.
If you just wanted to do that, yeah.
So here, but I really like these fire wheels. I mean, they really come in handy. How they knock people away and juggle. They're just, you can get hit like you were talking about, but since there's so many more of them, it's not as much. Or the chances are not as likely as they were with just the 3 of them that were in Ninja Gaiden Black. Now, after I fought that fight, I ran upstairs, came all the way back through here, got to low health, and then what I'm going to do on this fight is you could actually Nimpo your whole way
level
through
2?
this fight. Yeah.
Right.
But remember, I have the Falcon Gauntlet on.
Yeah.
So you could actually Nimpo your whole way through it. So I think I decided to just do it this way to not bore people with, like the karma way of it. Now, if you go over to to the right over here by the platform, to the right of the dragon, right there. You can't stand on the platform and spam WTs. You can't even stand next to, you know, like right in the vicinity of it, in the little sweet spot where it would hide, because that blocks it as well.
Yeah, it's really weird how the platforms work. They seem to have these, like, just enormous, like, phantom walls on them, where you'll probably see it in the Berserker challenge as well. You can be near a platform, and like they'll try and hit you, but their attack just doesn't hit you for some reason, even though it is actually touching you. But there must be some invisible wall there that's just stopping it from coming through.
But did you notice that my Nimpo only killed one guy that time instead of all of them?
Yeah, it was weird. Say that the Inazuma's always been a bit finicky like that with these fiends, but thinking about it, with if you were playing with equipment, then I would wager that one Debilero UT with equipment, you know, if you've got like the costume and the helmet on, I'm willing to bet that one-shots these guys. So you could do this, like the same basic principle, but you could use the Debilero, and you wouldn't even need low health.
Right, and yeah, because I did need low health. I did check that out. So I went and played this. This is for the video, but I did go and play it for score, and you can stand just inside the doorway, and like I did the doorway right there, not to the right of me now, but to the left of me.
Where you come in chapter 11 or chapter 13.
Well, right there. No, yeah, right there on the exit. That's where I stood. But you can do it coming in the other way, you know, from the elevator. But I actually liked, because of the stairs down there, you know, where he's at.
Yeah.
Sometimes makes it you would kind of whiff. See, I think that didn't kill him either, and he was right there. But basically, you would just WT, and then as long as your foot doesn't go over the edge right there, they'll kind of stay back. So you can kind of roll in and out to bait them to come close to you. And then I think what I did is I, you know, WT, the full WT wouldn't kill them, and I would get them staggered. So this score, doing it the Karma way, scored me 106,000 more points.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, you didn't get many UTs using the Inazuma though, because like a lot of your kills were from Inazuma.
Well, that's what I was saying. You know, that the other reason I wanted to put these two fights in there is, one, the other fight is a good way for people to learn how to use the low health UF, and this way is, you know, you don't have to worry about the low health UF, and but it's still strong. But anyway, you know, getting used to the UTs and rotating the camera and understanding that there's essence still out to be had, and how to, you know, use that with UTs and roll away. I mean, this is good practice for people who want to learn how to do it. I see people, you know, spending all their money and farming, and then when they get to the low health UF, they don't ever use it, or even use it at low health.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tricky thing, I suppose. Like, is the regular UF really worth going for? That's a good question.
Well, I mean, on normal, no. And
yeah, on normal, like, the Debilero is just as good. Like,
right.
So.
But I think if people just want to complete the challenge, doing what I'm doing right here and what I did in the... Well, hell, like I said, with the Falcon Gauntlet on, and if you had full Nimpo, you could just Nimpo your way through the whole challenge, thrown in with, you know, peppering just a couple of UTs or something like that, even with the Dobby.
Yeah.
You know,
and so you can use the door spot as well. Like, it's not quite as good as it is in Black, but it still serves kind of the same function.
Right. But I would like people, if they want to learn the UF and things like that, you know, these are two good spots. One, there I go, miss. Or you could just counter your way through it. I think
yeah.
In one video, I think I did on normal. I just countered my way through the whole thing. But the point of saying all this is to get people to do it, and or, you know, to give it a shot. And then said, oh, it's a big challenge, it's going to be hard to do, or something like that. But really, especially with, even on your first playthrough, with you getting the Falcon Gauntlets, you know, you can really kind of Nimpo your way through it. So it's more about.
I mean, you wouldn't need that, as far as I remember. Like, level 1 in Inazuma base will one-shot these guys on normal.
Yeah, yeah. But still, I think, again, it's just something for people to kind of to practice at.
Yep.
So the way to get the points is to stand almost to the door, right there, right behind me, basically, by the door going back into the city, and the guys will, kind of get close to you, and you can kind of bait them back and forth and try to single out Dobby UTs, but eventually you're going to have to go out there to fight them because you just don't have enough time to get all 50 UTs like you do on some of the other, the other fights. Yeah, see, that's where I still
yeah, there we go, yeah.
Yeah. But see, this time it bounced off. So, but look how long that's still going. But, don't forget to use your smoke bombs because you don't want to light the fire wheels out. And, of course, I missed my on landing because I'm so used to thinking I'm going to, land on the, hit the wall or something like that. But I think I scored, what was it, 86,000 points doing it the other way?
Yeah, 86, so that's almost 200k between the two FEMA challenges.
Yeah, so again, yeah, I should have dropped a smoke bomb, so that kind of cost me right there. And then, of course, it kind of threw my timing off. But if you were still at low health, and then sometimes I try to force it, and I think here, do I just want to kill him, or do I want to try to sneak in something? Because they seem to be giving you blues a lot more. But yeah, me not dropping that smoke bomb kind of cost me a couple UTs. I mean, I know this is not what it's for, but for the points person in me, the karma points, seeing those points lost is kind of sucks.
Yeah, that was a really close time limit too.
Yeah.
That was actually a close time limit, because it was, we said less than a second is close.
Yeah, yeah. So here, I know you can get 3 UTs. But I just want to stress, knowing what we know. Oh, how do I get up there without absorbing the essence? See, I tried to hold the block, but it's like I had to release to jump up. Did you? How would I do that? Or
you can jump by holding block.
Well, man, I kept rolling. I kept messing that up.
Oh, okay, yeah, you can jump by holding block. Yeah, you don't need to let go of block to do a roll jump. Or you could have done roll wind run, that would have, the auto jump would have worked as well.
I'm hoping that with as much commentary as we do, I actually learn how to play this game, since you're telling me what to do. Now, again, let's see, I hardly even use my smoke bombs now after those first 2 fights.
Yeah, that fire was last. I'm going to have to make a point of timing that on a fight. Just look at the clock and how long it lasts for. And just compare that with black.
I think, so again, what I was trying to say is, with what we're learning now about how Sigma's Master Ninja ranking works, as long as you're kind of fighting all the fights in the chapter, you'll probably, make the time limit. And the reason, again, this is the karma person in me, 2 Dobby UTs will kill one of these dragons. So I'm just trying to get a few extra because, I leveled up my Dobby and Warhammer and Luna.
Yeah.
So here I am trying to get a couple extra points out of this. Because I'd still like to do good here at the end of the game, at this point of it. But I think in this chapter, especially because of the kills, that just fight everything and you should be able to get it. Fight every fight in the game and do the fiend challenges and mix it in. And I wouldn't say if you're killing enemies with UTs and stuff, you'll have essence and you can, like I said, burn through your Nimpo in the fiend challenges if you want. I think this is no, this isn't the one. It'll be the next one that's kind of off on the color. But does the color look funny to you? Or is this
no.
Okay. It just seems a little weird to me. But here I think forward Y, after a UT will kill. But that's what, I'm being hurt. And listen to what the Dobby's doing. Like, I hit 2 of those, or, you can tell when you hit another guy.
Yeah.
So, just kind of be careful of that. Yeah, this is where it looks a little washed out.
Yeah, it does here
didn't
now.
want to record. Yeah. it didn't want to record, and I actually had to copy this off my Xbox. You know, do that video capture or something like that. Yeah.
Man, that is a godsend though. That can actually save fights.
Yeah, yeah. So, you know, it was funny. I thought I'd found a new way. I'd actually just jumped straight into the lava because you can UT them while you're in the lava. You just don't get credit for getting UTs or doing any damage on them.
Yeah.
I don't remember if that happened at Black, but I was thinking, man, I found a new way and nobody's tried this before and stuff like that. And it's like, oh my god, how stupid are you?
I think it does. Like, you still don't get credit because I think, like, when you, as soon as Ryu like jumps down for some reason, like, you know, usually you have iframes on a UT, but like it doesn't protect him from environmental damage.
Oh, here it comes! Here it comes! Look, I shot that. Look for the rat.
I like how there's actually no animation on his body. Like, he just, like, the rat's in like a T-pose almost. It just flies towards you. An explosive arrow on a rat. You know, that rat was dangerous. That rat was bad news.
Yeah. But always hold block because they can come towards you and you can absorb that.
Yeah,
now, you can, you know, go and you could go and jump back out of it and you know, I might have got an ET there or something. You know, maybe keeping the explosive arrows out instead of the smoke bombs. You know, jump explosive arrows on landing. You know, might be, you know, something to explore. This right here, these next 3 fights.
Yeah, so this is going to be low health UFC. I've been playing way too much Hurricane Pack right now, because you know, on those fiends, I keep thinking to myself, like, why aren't you intercepting? It's like, oh yeah, it's not Hurricane Pack. You can't do that.
But again, this is where people, you know, this is the time to practice. Now, this is not really a practice fight right here. You know, this is just charge a UT.
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
This is this is so satisfying to do, though. Just how many points you get for
score.
that. Yeah. That was what, 775 on the kill bonus?
Yeah.
So that's like 790, like almost 800,000 for one boss fight.
Yeah, it's like, come on now.
Hey man, we'll take those points. You know?
Well, again, if people are going to learn how to use the UF, this is a great chapter, especially those 2 Fiend challenges. You know, one at low health, if you want to. I mean, you don't have to. You could use the Dabi and practice with the Dabi or something like that. But this fight right here is another one of those fights where after using the low health UF on some of these fights, why would you want to use anything else unless you're doing some kind of challenge run? You know, charge up an ET, and then that brings, you know, the XY, XXX brings you towards him, and I mean, that's it.
Yeah, I'd say that's 205k there. So.
Yeah, I do this on purpose. And the reason I do this on purpose is because if you remember at the beginning of the fight with the zombies, I have a talisman sitting right there that I'm going to run right by.
Yeah, and it's free Nimpo. Yeah.
Yeah, and even though I've got a lot of essence, plus I'm going to get another at the another rebirth at the zombie or the wasp fight.
Yeah, I was going to say you've got one there too, so you've got 2 in the next chapter.
But look at the kills, 98.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that that it just, you know, that doesn't even make sense because you have 2 Fiend challenges in that fight, unless they wanted you to fight it someplace else. But I just don't know where the time for that would be, you know, because that chapter is, you know, 42 minutes or 41:59. So where would you fight if you know, ran straight out of the stadium challenge? You know, what chapter would you fight that in? Because you know you're going to run by the staircase, and that's going to be there. So that's 60 kills right there, I guess, plus the enemies throughout. You know, is there 38 enemies through the rest of the chapter since you're not going back in the city?
Yeah, I mean, maybe. It's just, yeah, like I say, some of the kill limits are really off in Sigma. It's strange.
Yeah, we're trying to work that out with the help of my next NG Talk guest, Salami, which we're going to record on Sunday, and he's helping us with some of this stuff. And he actually found some errors that we'll be talking about then. But I think for the people who just want to get the ranking, you know, just go through, fight all the fights. You probably don't even need to, but you know, we really encourage people to fight all the fights. And I mean, do you disagree with that, or?
No, not at all. You don't get better by skipping fights.
Right.
You know?
And I think that's the main thing, and that's also the reason why, I said if people want to learn the low health UF, I really like the dragons because you can really use X plus A and the forward Y and the X hold Y. Is it X hold Y, Y, the baseball bat swing?
Yeah.
Which is fun. And it gives you some practice. The same thing with on the staircase. It's, the Nimpo with UTs. I mean, you're going to lose out on a lot of points, but I would hope people would take the easier way out and do the fight versus not doing it at all.
Yeah.
And, like I said, you don't have to do the low health UF if you don't want to, but, hey, you spend all that money, you might as well get the benefit from it.
Yeah, and I say you won't have to worry about losing essence bonuses on Sigma because, the way the essence bonus works for the end of the chapter.
Right. So, again, I know I'm getting way more points than I probably need to at this point. At the beginning of it, we went into that mindset kind of like Ninja Gaiden Black, fight all the fights and, throw in some UTs, and that's what it takes. But as we've gone through the game and revisited some of the old time limits and or chapter time limits and chapter kills, we probably, we're not, I don't want to say we were wrong. I think we were thinking of based on Ninja Gaiden Black.
Well, yeah, I mean, based on that, you absolutely do not need to get as many points as, you're getting here.
Yeah, so I think, it's just something that's a learning process that we never really focused on because our mindset was, well, if you want to get the Master Ninja ranking, fight all the fights. I mean,
that was kind of the insurance way of getting it because, I mean, even to this day, we still don't know what the actual score requirement is, but we know that if you don't skip any fights, you'll get it. So it's kind of where that comes from.
Right. And we're going to find out in the NG talk that it's a little bit different from Sigma. So y'all stay tuned on that. But I think that's it. Any things you can add? Well, I will say before that I still did leave some fights in the city. And so I'll have to go back and do that, plus the Great Bridge Challenge.
Yeah.
And, having this Dobby at level 3 in terms of points, if you really wanted to go for a max score, do not upgrade the Dobby or the Lunar or the Warhammer.
Yeah,
if you really want to increase, And then the thing is you could get extra UTs and then Nimpo, to kill them. At the end. Whereas I had to sit there and switch weapons and of course using those nunchuck UTs, I'm losing out on single hit, level 1 Dobby UTs.
Yeah, because I say the nunchuck UT takes a lot longer.
Yeah, and I didn't see any other, and I don't, because if I got too close to the dragon there after I opened the door and tried to roll into a gleaming blade and see if I could get a single hit on him or something like that, he's going to breathe his fire if I was that close to him. So
yeah,
that wouldn't be any good. But no, any final thoughts on this chapter?
No, not really.
Yeah, I think we covered everything. As usual, comments and suggestions or anything y'all want to say or any information we might missed, or just let us know. And hopefully, it'll be a few weeks before I can get to the next chapter. I'm going out of town, still having problems. I have some problems with my Elgato. Have some family stuff to do and everything with the Thanksgiving week and stuff like that. So just hang in there with me. We're going to get all this done. And the NG talks, I've got, at least 4 or 5 of those planned. A little bit behind on that. But that's it for this video, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed it. And we'll see you in the next one. And everybody have a happy Thanksgiving.
Take care, everybody.